Welcome back, everybody. It's your man Simo back with another art project for you. I actually got the inspiration for this one from a close-up image of snail shells, believe it or not, and wanted to play around with that basic stacking pattern you see here. So it started by cutting out a circle and some thin plywood, then measuring and drawing out the main pattern. Next, the wood was clamped down and carefully cut with a scroll saw. Once I had that cut out, I needed to sand down all the rough edges. After getting it smooth with rounded edges, I covered the wood in Elmer's glue and poured on turquoise sand. I spread it around, and after drying, I poured off the excess sand on a big poster board and poured it into a bowl so I could reuse it for the next layers. I used Mod Podge for the next 2 layers of sand, making it 3 layers total to give it full coverage. Now that I had the wood ready, I tediously cut out a ton of different sized circles of felt to use like the snail shell layers. Next, I laid out and glued all the felt circles into position one by one. I was planning on outlining them each with a layer of string, but since it would fray every time I cut it, I had to spend time going through and gluing the strands together beforehand. Then I had to use a flame to cinch together the cut ends. And considering there's so many different colors used, this time-consuming lesson is to make sure I get the right kind of string next time. With each piece of string eventually measured, cut, and prepped, I was finally ready to start gluing them around each circle. And it probably doesn't seem so bad looking at it like this, but it really took a lot of patience to do all 120 circles.
Finally, the last ring!
And now that I'm understandably happy to have that part done, I simply glued on the 3-inch mirror and added another string around the edge. Then comes using my glue gun to apply the rope to the outside to set it all off, and boom! There it is. I really like this one. Not too busy with a ton of details, but just the right amount. What do you think? Some people think I charge too much, but hopefully after seeing this, you could see how much time I put into it, and not to mention the cost of the material as well can add up really quickly. So just keep that in mind. Or try to make something like this yourself and see what it's really like. I'm just saying. But anyways, it's all about the love when it really comes down to it, and I love what I do, and I hope you'll love it too. You know the drill, like, share, subscribe, and whatnot. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Higgity peace.
Just when you think you're almost done, you gotta chop up 1,000 clips, piece them all together, add some narrations, export it, load it to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's a lot of work, but pays off in the end. Simo out.